And I've been getting better at it. Normally, a tier list would have taken us 3 hours. I've gotten it down to 2 hours, and lately, 1 hour. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Besides, it's not like we have any games to get to today. By the way, should mention, tomorrow we will be playing Sonic Crossworlds on this stream. Tangle and Whisper are out. We'll be having Tangle and Whisper lobbies, I'm sure. So, Crossroads will be in rotation tomorrow. If you want to play with us, be here. Same Wolfie time, same Wolfie place about this time right now. I do have a car appointment tomorrow, though. I got to get my brakes did. So we might be a little late tomorrow. It's around noon, but I should be home by then. But I'm just letting y'all know in advance. So, hey Jim, welcome on in. How you doing? Everybody just joining us here just in time. So here's the outline of today's stream for those of you just joining us. Quick RGG, a little ranking here because we're starting Pirate Yakuza next week, next month, next week, whatever you want to say. We're going to do another surprise ranking after this, and then the nostalgia. This is the moment everybody's been waiting for. They wanted me to talk about nostalgia. They want me to get into the nostalgia. We're here. But first, we got a couple of things to get through first. Madeline asked, was it Night in the Woods? Night in the Woods would have been, yeah, 2000s. He's probably, okay, they're probably talking about the horror game that took place in the woods. There was one where I was being chased in the woods. Remember that, chat? And there was like a weird bear or something like that chasing us in the woods. That might have been last year. Maybe last year or the year before. But yeah. Waiting in line for my inspection sticker. Well, D. Matthew, let me keep you company in your ear. That sounded bad. And we're going to get into some RGG ranking, and we're going to get into the other stuff right after. So, chat, give me 1 second. Let's get into some, let's get some mood music going here. One moment, please. Let's get this. There we go. Perfect. All right, chat. We're going to start our Yakuza tier list, because like I said, we're starting Pirate Yakuza next week. If you guys missed the Yakuza, then we're starting it again. We haven't had a Yakuza game in a minute. So, we're going to rank them in the order of which they're presented. And I'm going to go ahead and say right now, Yakuza 0 is ultimate perfection. The perfect starting point for any Yakuza, or I guess would-be Yakuza fan. If you want to start Yakuza, Yakuza 0 is the perfect place. It's a prequel to all the games, and it's really good. One of my favorites, in fact, I might say it's my favorite of the Yakuza series, if you will. I love it. Madeline said I started watching your live streams and joined the Discord around 2019. How long have I been streaming? Way too long. Way too long. And I watched your content way before your Sonic Boom days. That's an OG right there. I don't even think I made content before the Sonic Boom, if I'm gonna be real. Next up, Yakuza Kiwami, which is a remake of 1. I'm gonna base this off Yakuza 1, because Yakuza 1's not on here. Now, I'm not judging Kiwami. I have not played the Kiwamis yet. But I'm gonna say Yakuza 1, it's alright. It's fine. It's the starting point for the series. It's okay. It's fine. It gets the job done. Would I ever go back to Yakuza 1? Probably not. Probably not. I would never go back there on my own volition. That game is pretty rough nowadays. And I don't think I want to revisit it in Kiwami either, that being said. I only played 3 of these games. Well, here, these are spoiler-free reviews of my games then. So Yakuza Kiwami 2, which I'm just going to call Yakuza 2. Vanilla Yakuza 2. I remember the story in that game was gripping. It grabs you by whatever you want to get grabbed by, and it holds your hand, your balls, whatever it is it grabs you by, and holds that shit tight until the end of the game. I love the story of Yakuza 2. The combat in it was better than 1, but still pretty rough. Still pretty rough. I do like Yakuza 2 a lot, but it's not perfection. It's not Yakuza 0. But by God, yeah, the ending of Yakuza 2, yeah, pretty intense. Excellent, excellent story. One of my favorite Yakuza stories. Yakuza 3. That one's rough. That one's rough. Yakuza 3. Or as some call it, Blockuza 3. I put that in good, not great. Like, the game itself was fine. The fighting in that game is the worst in all the series. And I'm not talking Kiwami 3. This is Vanilla 3. And not to mention, I played the Vanilla 3 version that was, like, the Americanized, localized version that's cut out, like, 75% of the game. Yakuza 3, you know what? I might have been a little too harsh to Yakuza 1. Yakuza 1's good, not great. The only thing that saves Yakuza 3 is the story, but the story drags. But this is, I will say this, if you're a Kiryu fan, this is the only game you'll get to see Kiryu actually happy. Like, if you want to see Kiryu actually happy, Yakuza 3 is the only game that happens. But by God, that game has filler for days. And the game doesn't really pop off until like the last few chapters. But when it does pop off, it's pretty good. How's your 2026 gone so far? Wasn't here if you did a New Year's stream or not. Did you set any goals for yourself? If so, how's progress so far? I did not set any goals for myself. Only that I try to do better this year. I always try to do better than last year. What defines better though? I don't know. You know, I don't really keep track of that. But you know what? Let me pose the same question to you. How's your new year been? How has your new year... That's hard to say. How has your new year been? There we go. Hero said that the localization cut a lot of things for Yakuza 3. Yes. I'm talking about the PS3 release of Yakuza 3. The one with the awful box art. Yes, they cut out like a couple of mini games. They cut out a lot of the side quest stuff. There was a lot cut from Yakuza 3. Wasn't great. The game itself was not good, but then you see all the stuff they cut out of it, made it worse. So it's probably my least favorite of the numbered series. The only thing that saved it is the last half of the game. Lay said, holy crap, you went through those so fast. It usually takes you 50 minutes. Alright, you and Green right now can get off my block, alright? I am not trying to hear that right now. I'm trying to do better, and you guys are grilling me for it. I'm trying my best right now. I'm doing my best. You have PS3 Yakuza 3? I mean, don't let me stop you from enjoying it. If you want to try it, try it. I'm just letting you know it's going to be very rough. Speaking of rough, Yakuza 4. I would put Yakuza 4 in... It's definitely better than 3. I won't say it's amazing though. I think it's good, not great. Like, I think it's really good. Not amazing, but really, it's probably the top of this tier right here. Yakuza 4 was the first game to introduce multiple protagoni. You can play as Kiryu, Tanamura, Akiyama, or Seijima. One of the 4 in a story that's interconnected for the first time in the series. And they tried. It was a good starting point. It has some story beats in there that I don't agree with. If you know, you know. We're not going to say it. Not going to spoil it for anybody who has not a chance to play them yet, who may be working through them right now. But, yeah. Yakuza 4. It's good. It's not bad. Jin said, now 4 and 5, that's when I started watching Wolfie play Yakuza. Yeah. Yakuza 5, I think, is a big improvement. The game almost feels too bloated, though. Now, instead of 4 characters, you have 5 characters. And each of these characters has a pretty long-ass campaign. I'm talking like... I forget how long it took me to beat this game. It took a while. And each character obviously has their own fighting style, but there is one character that kind of breaks the mold for the game. As far as one of the playable characters does not actually fight. They fight, but they have a whole different system. It's, how do you guys like DDR and rhythm games? Because one character fights using only rhythm. So if you're not good at rhythm games, you probably won't enjoy their campaign because it's mandatory. It's not hard, it's just... compared to how the rest of the games play, They're the only protagonist that has that battle system in the entire series. That's the only character that has that. It's a long-ass game, and the campaign, pretty good. All interconnected, all pretty good. I'd put that in amazing. I felt I got a lot of bang for my buck. 5 protagoni, 5 stories, 5 times the fun. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yakuza 6. Now, a lot of you guys who have started watching me play Yakuza probably saw me play this game for the first time. I know a lot of y'all probably watched me play Yakuza 6. You know, I kind of felt off about the ending of that game. If you guys remember my playthrough of that, it really still doesn't sit well with me. I feel 6 has began a series of events in the Yakuza series that I do not like. That's the football baby one. Yep, that's the one. The one that takes place in a whole new location. Haruka. Well, it's story. I'm not gonna spoil the story, but Haruka goes missing and her baby shows up. Yeah, that's the one. 6 had a pretty good story. I do not think I cared for the ending of it, since this was the send-off, quote-unquote send-off for Kiryu. It was supposed to be anyway, the last Kiryu game. Good but not great. Like, green. Like these games are meaty as shit. And ironically enough, 6 is the shortest of like all the games, because 6 was transitioning to a new the Dragon engine, so that game was a lot shorter. They had to do a lot more to get that game working. So I think this game is like only 18 hours compared to like most that are 30 or above. This game is not that long, but Yakuza 6, I want to say, starts a story thing that I do not care for in all the other games that keep showing up now. If you know, you know. I'm not going to get into it. We're going to avoid spoilers. Yeah, poor Haruka in that game. Yep. Wolfie, what's Dark Tides? Dark Tides is the Kiwami 3 story for another protagonist. Yeah, that one's brand new for Yakuza Kiwami 3. That said, my new year is going great. I'm trying to lose weight and get fit. I bought an outfit of Silver. He's my fave a few weeks ago, but I look fat in it, so I have to lock in. Hey, listen. I'm glad you are absolutely motivated to lose weight. Like, I'm glad people are like keeping that healthy mentality and that mindset. Me personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with a plus size, but if you want to get healthy, more power to you. I hope by the end of the year you can fit into that. I think that's how Mama Wolfie used to lose weight. She would like buy a one size smaller or something like that. And then she would be like, my motivation is to eventually fit into this, these clothes I bought. But keep it up, dude. I believe in you. Fun fact, you can access the entirety of the 6 via the demo by simply... Oh, yeah! They released the Yakuza 6 demo, and because they didn't program it right, you could just keep playing the demo and you got the full game. So if you downloaded the free Yakuza 6 demo back in the day, you just owned the game. You had the full game. Man, Sega lost a lot of money on that, probably. Because the people who were downloading that game, that demo, were people who were going to buy it. Wait. Yo, Wolfie, off topic, but have you eaten white mac and cheese with broccoli? Did I say broccoli? Broccoli. No, I have not eaten mac and cheese with broccoli. White mac and cheese? What's the difference between normal mac and cheese and white mac and cheese? What's the difference? Is it just flavor or texture? What is that? Now, Yakuza 7, chat, I know the majority of you were definitely locked in the RGG format by then. This is when it switched up to the RPG engine. We could talk all day and night about Yakuza 7. Introducing a brand new protagonist, a brand new genre for the game series, and fresh coat of paint. This was a good starting point for anybody interested in trying Yakuza that didn't want to do the action games. So Yakuza 7 for me, perfection. I loved 7. Loved it. God, that game was good. Like, excellent. Like, it had everything, chat. It had everything. There are, of course, it's an RGG game. They're gonna have some weird story-ass bits in there where you're like, what the fuck was that? But everything tied in, especially at the end. I'm not gonna get to spoilers, chat, but that ending really did get me, like, that ending really did hit me. Like, legit hit me hard. No, chat, not the broccoli. White cheese probably means like Parmesan Asiago, not cheddar. It's white cheddar. Ah, oh, no mozzarella? Wasn't that the game that made you cry? Yeah, to be fair, all the Yakuza games make me cry. Because I'm like super like engrossed in the story. But yeah, 7 actually made me like legit cry. The ending of that game made me cry. The ending, no spoilers, no spoilers. But God, Yakuza 7. That was a journey the whole way through. I think you'll enjoy Yakuza 7 more if you played through all 1 through 6 beforehand. You don't have to, but I feel you'll get something out of it if you do. Broccoli, that's right, Broccoli. That's the cousin of Brock from Pokemon, chat. I was pronouncing his name. Wolfie, they had a giant Roomba. You can't beat that. I know, right? Okay, now chat, we're going to 8. 8. Now, in hindsight, I've looked back at this game, and I'm not very fond of it. But I will say this. 8 did a better job of... is this a spoiler if I say this? Let me think before I say this. I think 8 accomplished what it wanted to do with a certain character more than 6 did. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. For that particular character, 8 did an amazing job for that character. Way better than 6 ever did. However, I think 8 sold my boy Ichiban on story. I still feel Ichiban did not get a lot to do in that game. Like, his part was so unimportant in the grand scheme of things. It's important, but not as important as what was going on the other side, if you know what I mean, chat. And for that very reason, because I played 8 for Ichiban, and I feel Ichiban got sold, I'm gonna put it in... But here's the thing, 8 had the best RPG gameplay out of all of them. But that story was just, half of it's good, half of it is not. So I'm conflicted, I don't know where to put it. I think I'll put it below 4, but higher than 1. No, I really did like the gameplay in 8, though. Everything in 8 was fun gameplay-wise. The mechanics of the RPG system was good. The mini-games were fun. New locale to explore and stuff like that. The gameplay really carries the game, but the story, like, shoots it in the foot. I think I'll put it at the back end of amazing. And the music in 8 was pretty good, too. Okay, so now, chat, we're going into the man who erased his name, Yakuza Gaiden. Obviously, we know where this one's going, chat. Y'all saw this game, too. I like this game. This was a little spin-off game that they did. Oh, hang on. Lei said I disagree. I think it did. His story wasn't about that stuff. That was for Kiryu. True, but again, I'm in my opinion, in the grand scheme of things, like, Ichiban's story really just, I didn't feel like it was that important. It was important, but not that important. But I mean, if y'all feel that way, that's fine. I think I speak for a lot of Yakuza fans. I was hoping that Ichiban was gonna be like the main focus. Like, here's how you know. In my like, it doesn't even end with Ichiban. It ends with Kiryu. And the 7 and beyond was supposed to be about Ichiban. I feel if he had more importance, it would have ended like the story would have ended with him. But that's another story. Now Yakuza Gaiden, I'm gonna put that. Ooh. Oh, that's hard. I liked Gaiden a lot. It was a really fun, short, spin-off game. I liked it. So I'm gonna put that in perfect. Let me think. Story was decent. You know what? Gaiden was good. I like Gaiden. Okay, Ishin. I'm gonna put. I'll be 100% real, chat. It may just be me that feels this way. Like, I liked Ishin. Gameplay-wise, it was okay. The story confused the shit out of me. And I feel bad for saying that because that was the whole reason Japan said, Sega Japan said they didn't want to localize it, because they said the story would probably confuse a lot of Western fans. And I was like, nah, Sega, we can handle it. Bring it over. They brought it over. I'm like, bro, I still don't know what the hell happened in that story. It was cool, but like, oh yeah, no, the ending and the music and everything was that. Yeah, it was great. But like, I cannot tell you what happened in that story at all. It was just because there was so much like, oh, he's this character's name, and no, wait, I'm actually that character's name. No, that guy over there, he took on his name, but his master was also named that, but was killed, and I took on his name. But that guy is posing as him, and he's part of this coalition or this group, this political group. And it's like, okay, normally that's normal Yakuza affair, right? But it was the constant name changing, which is like, for me, I'm like, I already know these characters by their one name, so I'm trying to know who's Ryoma. Ryoma was Kiryu, and it got confusing. It got really confusing. And I'm like, damn, I hate to say it, but they might have been right. At least for my stupid brain, I could not keep up with the story. And it was so hard. Well, not hard as far as gameplay, but just like keeping up with the story. But where's Yakuza Dark Souls? Oh, you mean Dead Souls? It's not on here for obvious reasons, because that would go into the ass tier. Judgment. The first Judgment was good. Not great. It was fine. No, you know what? We all enjoyed that because I remember we were really engrossed in the story with the whole murder story and the twist at the end. It was a really good game. However, the gameplay was the only part that brought it down a little bit, because only like, what was it? One of the two fighting styles was actually decent. Like, I think it was the tiger style that was the tiger style that was good and the crane style was useless. Like, one of the styles was basically useless. It didn't do like what the other style could do. Only had like certain things you had to use it for, like countering, I think. But other than that, you could just stick with one style and be okay. You damn right I had my detective hat on. I always wear my detective hat for detective things. I'm even wearing it during the Chaotix case files. Are DLCs included? I'll say yeah. Sure, why not? I'll put Judgment in good. The story really carried that game. Now, Lost Judgment, chat? Lost Judgment? Lost Judgment. Y'all already know if you were here for Lost Judgment. Lost Judgment, I think, is as good as an RGG game as you're ever gonna get. I think it's probably peak series, like one of the best RGGs ever made. Gameplay-wise and story-wise. It all was like the perfect melding together. It was so good. Like, we were all locked in on that story, and we all had different feelings. Here's how I know the story was good, because at the end, the whole point of the story in that, it was like, it's about gray areas, right? Like, you'll probably either agree or disagree with the protagonist and the antagonist. They both had really, really good points, right? If y'all remember, I'll just give you the general bullying in school, if you remember that, chat. Bullying in school. And I remember I came out of that being like, I don't know if I agree with that ending. And you guys were like, nah, I think that was the perfect way to end it. And I think the fact that we all had a conversation about it at the end where we were talking about like, well, I think that character had a point, right? And I think that we all just were like debating, and I'm like, I think that's a really good story when you can debate the ending and be like, I see what they were going for. And I may not agree with it, but, you know? Also, excellent gameplay. And the music in that game, too. That fight, like, those, when you're going through the final gauntlet and they're playing that one track, and the final boss theme, which is over the top and crazy and angelic choirs and shit, I'm like, what was happening in the studio when they were working on Lost Judgment? So I think like my three favorite are Yakuza 0, Yakuza 7, and Lost Judgment. Runner-up being He Who Erased His Name. Amazing tier would be Yakuza 2, Yakuza 5, and Yakuza 8. Good but not great would be Judgment, Yakuza 4, Yakuza 1, and Yakuza 6. And It's Alright is Yakuza 3 and Yakuza Ishin. Those are my current rankings, and we will see where Pirate Yakuza lands, starring Majima, next week. Well, I guess we'll start playing it next week. Excuse me. Oh yeah, the Kaito Files was Lost Judgment 2, wasn't it? That final boss in Kaito Files was wild. No one suspected that. Okay, wait. Are we talking about the final boss of Kaito Files or the real final boss of Kaito Files? Which one are we talking about, chat? Okay, so if you're confused who I was talking about, the real final boss was a fight for honor. The final boss was a fight to the death. Okay, you guys are talking about the real final boss? No, that shit was crazy. I didn't see that coming.
I'm about to go up in you.
Laceboy00 just cheered 50 bits. Holy crap, you finished so fast. I'm so unbelievably proud of you.
Okay. Thanks, Lace, for the 50. Yeah, appreciate that. No. I think we were all surprised and shocked. With that secret final boss. I'm like, way to really put that in there. Just because we thought, okay, well, the game's over. And I think someone in chat was like, no, keep playing. And I was like, okay. And then, yeah, that happened. Good. Kaito Files is great. I really hope they make another Judgment game someday. Final Judgment or something. You give that final boss respect, Wolfie, in chat? Oh, yeah, no. We had to. What a way to end the story, yep. And didn't that final boss also fold me? I think he beat me the first time because I was like, I thought he was going to be a joke, but then that dude hit harder than any other character in the game. I can't wait for Stranger Than Heaven. Oh, yeah. Stranger Than Heaven's going to be sick. It took like 2 or 3 tries. Yeah, I think he bodied... No, because I think he had a No, I think he was the Amon of that game because he hits like so hard. I'm pretty sure I died a couple of times to him because he actually hits hard. He hits like Amons do. Amons usually do like 2/3 of your health per combo. So what is Dead Souls? Okay, for those wondering what Dead Souls was, Dead Souls would be in the ass tier. Dead Souls was Yakuza, but zombies. That's pretty much all there is to it. It's Yakuza, but zombies. Let me show y'all real quick. Just real quick. This is what the intro looked like. This is Yakuza Dead Souls. This game is extremely rare now. Because no one bought the damn games but me. Only the real Yakuza fans bought it back in the day. The ones that even knew that the game existed. And this is what it was. Let me show y'all real quick.
Contributions out of nowhere.
Oh, hang on. We got a contribution out of nowhere. I hope they bring back Mr. Shakedown in future games. I think he was a one and done antagonist villain, Lays. I don't think they're ever bringing back Mr. Shakedown. I'll never forget your reaction to that, man. Man, I hope the Kaito Files, my playthrough of the Kaito Files is on the VOD channel. I really hope I uploaded all of that. Because, yeah, that final boss, I was screaming. I was like, what the fuck? Alright, here you guys. This is the Dead Souls intro. This will give you a taste of what zombies in Yakuza was like. And you'd think this would be a really cool concept. Oh yeah, zombies in Yakuza, right? You can beat the shit out of zombies? Oh no, chat. No. You don't beat up the zombies. That would be cool. No, it's a third-person shooter game. It's surprisingly dark too. And the shooting in the game is not good. It is not good. It controls like ass. So I want you to imagine, chat, a Wolfie that can't already aim having to use a aiming system that does not work. House of the Dead wannabe? Hey, it's the same company. The story was interesting, though. Kamurocho gets infested by zombies. And our main protagonists have to all break in. Kiryu's the only one trying to go in there to get Haruka out of there. And you're probably asking who's the blonde. If you know who he is, you already know. If you don't know, don't ask. You might get spoiled. But yeah, you get to play as Akiyama, Kiryu, Blank, and Majima. That is not Geese. I'm assuming this is all non-canon. It is hella non-canon. This is a what-if story. What-if story. I think it takes place between Yakuza 3 and a little bit during Yakuza 4. Yakuza Dead Souls. And the game was ass. It plays so bad, chat. It plays so bad. Just take my word for it, chat. It does not play good. But yeah. Is this why you hate shooters? No, I hated shooters before I even played that game. But like, at least with most shooters, you can be like, okay, this at least controls good. I just play like ass. I play like ass, and that game played like ass. So it made it worse. How much to play through that on stream? I'm not touching that game again, dude. I'm not touching that game again. I'd rather not. That's a PS3 game, dude. Half the stream would be us sitting in the loading screen waiting for the game to load. So Yakuza Dead Souls is the only ass game in the Yakuza series? Let me think. As of now? Yeah. Yeah. I'd say so. Alright, chat, we did it. That is the Yakuza list in a nutshell. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, Wolfie, bring on the nostalgia. Not so fast, pleasant viewer. You see, I have prepared 2 more rankings, but we're only going to pick 1. And like I said, we're going to go through them relatively quickly. That's right, naysayers out there. I did it quickly on Yakuza, I can do it again. So, I'm going to give chat the choice